What is up, Mako Madness fans? This is Dan checking in once again from the Universal Orlando Resort. I might as well start paying rent because I pretty much live here if it's not outside of SeaWorld. But we're going to go inside the park and check out new developments with all the attractions we've covered in the past. So let's go. Yeah, buddy. Check this out. We got at least 3/4 of the Cobra roll in place now. They started building up on the other side of it, and we do have another support that is in place right there. So they can link that all the way up to the top right there where they left off. But again, looks like we got just about, I'd say, 3/4 of it, maybe a little less. Looks good though. Alright, so here's a nice little side profile of Hulk and the newly completed track work for its Cobra roll. Where we last left off was right about here. So they've installed another support and a piece of track right there. And then on the other side, they started building up towards that section where they left off right there. And it goes down. So Cobra roll again, just about done. Looks good. Over by the entry area for Hulk, not a whole lot different except for they do have a lift over here. Aesthetically on the outside of the building, nothing has changed though. They are still doing a ton, and I mean a ton of work inside. So that's our look from over here. And just down the ways from our last spot, you can really see everything starting to come back together. We have that Cobra roll that is just about in place. And the new supports leading up to it and track as well. So they have these guys over off to the side. And then that big old section of track on the left-hand side of the screen here is about to curl and complete the Cobra roll itself. Coming off of the inline twist and down again, track will connect to that support right there. And then that next support over there is going to lead up to the top of the Cobra roll. But we can see at least the track in place. And then ending right there. And then over there we can get a really awesome view of the almost complete roll. So looking really, really good, guys. We're close. Alright, so leading out of the launch tunnel, the track should connect to these two supports right here. That one right there. And then the other one right here, the I-beam as well. But we're getting a really kind of neat look of the entire area from the side area lagoon next to Hulk. And we can see a whole bunch of new supports. Now, these are probably going to be placed sometime tonight. So literally, by the time this update is posted and everything, it's going to be old news technically. I mean, literally the crews are working that fast where they're installing track supports left and right overnight. And then right here, we leave off with the track, of course. Looks really, really beautiful. Vibrant colors. And it goes all the way up to about right there. And then of course we have the new support in place right here, which is not finished. They still need the other section of it to complete it. And that's going to hold part of the roll portion of itself. But this thing is beefy. I mean, that's a big, big support. And then we have our infamous I-beam supports, which has caused a lot of attention and shake-up in the coaster community. Wondering what the heck is B&M doing with this. Me personally, I think it's just them testing out different load structures on the track itself. Hey, if you don't need a big beefy support and you can save some time, money, yeah, why not do it? But overall, whole area looks really good. Not too much longer, guys. Of course, we have that nice view right here of the Cobra roll that should be very, very, very soon completed. Looking great, guys. Another really kind of random thing to note, I've never seen this before, and if you guys have, please tell me what this is. Looks almost like some secret hiding space for Hulk. They have a ratchet system, but that entire area lifts up in the air. Never seen anything like that here. Just was wondering if you guys might know what it is. Well, you know, just resting several thousand pounds on a single piece of wood. It's awesome. And we're over by Popeyes now, where we can get our best overall view of the entire construction site. Again, looks really, really awesome, guys. The way the sun hits these colors really makes them pop. And hopefully it shouldn't be too much longer before we hear that famous Hulk roar going through these tracks. Kong, getting new stuff every day. And today we have some new lights for the pathways right over here. And then as we look around the entire area, I smell a lot of fertilizer, so I think they're doing a lot of planting of more plants today. But we'll walk around, see what else we can see. Something to note on the front entry area, unless somebody is spelunking, they're doing something with the rope up there. I'm not 100% sure what, but at least at the very top of the building. So I wonder if anybody's doing any explorations today. The entry sign over here has been lightened up just a little bit so that the letters actually stand out a bit more. Again, small little things here and there, guys, but all this is leading up to soft openings or even the grand opening. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3, and by testing I mean the lights are on.
You see that?
Maybe somebody's home, but we do have a lot of the lanterns around the area are doing light tests. Make sure everything looks good. And this guy is doing some work on the sign like what we were talking about earlier, kind of making it a little bit lighter, stand out a little bit more, but we have some light tests. Well, welcome to the observation post where, as we can see here, the stairs are now back open. So the netting is gone. Guests can actually get up here by walking instead of doing the adventure way. And we're getting our view, of course, of the entire site now. It's been kind of quiet. I haven't seen anybody really out there. There is a gate over here that is open. So I don't know if they're going to be doing any testing or not. There's a guy over there kind of watching guard. I have seen a couple people over in the station area over here. But again, it's kind of quiet right now. We'll stick around and see if we can see anything else. Well, after being up here for more than 20 minutes, I haven't seen anything change. So I think I'm going to ditch all efforts for Kong today. But I do want to go check out what's going on with Jimmy Fallon and Fast and Furious. So let's go over there. Well, it's about damn time. We finally have some new construction for Jimmy Fallon. They have new steel that is on the outside of the building, and we have a crane right there. Finally we see something new. We're gonna walk over and get a better view, of course. Alright, so this building over here, which is supposedly supposed to be some new restrooms, is just about done, at least on the outside of it. And then we have this big old crane right here, which is now in place. We still have the gutted building for Jimmy Fallon, as we can still see all the way through. And then voila, folks, new steel. So I'm assuming this is going to be for the front entry area. I don't think for queuing or anything else like that, but probably some new development. Again, inside the building, same old, same old. Nothing left inside there, of course. But then here on the outside, all that new steel in place. There's quite a bit of it, and I'd expect a lot more to be going in very, very soon. But this looks like the main entrance right here. Kind of a walkway in a sense, almost like a red carpet, I don't know. But whole area looks good. Finally a new development. Of course, our final look at the backside of the building for Jimmy Fallon. Still not there, still gutted, and nothing else has changed. So that's going to do it, at least for Jimmy Fallon. Now on to Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious. Oh, what is there to say about Fast and Furious? Oh wait, there's actually new construction. So if you guys remember from the Mako videos, you'll know what that is. That is a drill, probably for some footers or something like that, but we can see the drill portion itself right there. And we have some other vehicles and construction equipment on the side as well, doing some deconstruction. Speaking of deconstruction, if you remember, there was a building over here. Well, that has since gone. Our friends at Screamscape actually had a rumor that the ride itself has been delayed about a year due to possible deconstruction taking a little bit longer or having to be delicate. However, we will keep you updated and see if anything else changes with that timeline. But everything else completely demolished, and they're starting work on other things now. So really great to see Fast and Furious is moving along. Well, nothing's changed in this area. Nothing, at least that I can see. Still the same old building, same old work walls. We'll keep you updated though. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the new Toothsome Chocolate Factory. This is the same one that was rumored, and I say rumored, as I said in other videos, to be the WWE Hall of Fame location. Well, Universal was quick to squash that one with the release of the Toothsome Chocolate Factory. Just made official a couple days ago. So this entire building is going to offer a whole bunch of decadent chocolate items. Your usual strawberries, milkshakes, that kind of stuff. But really should be amazing looking. Another look at the front entry area. This is all going to be themed to steampunk, so it's going to have a lot of like brass, metal looking things. Should really catch the eyes though. And to give guests an idea of what's going on, there are a whole bunch of workers along this wall. They're installing all this theming. That is to make the wall kind of look better than just this kind of plain Jane site. But all this is going to be wrapped with the Chocolate Factory stuff very, very soon. And it's going to extend all the way down that way as well, as we can see some of those guys working right now. Looks good though. Alright, so we're at the entrance now for the Toothsome Chocolate Factory, and we can see that steampunk look to the wall right here, and the entire front entrance looks really awesome. Of course, pretty much the same as what NBA City was, however, they will be doing more theming inside to make it look better. And we can see again those guys right there installing more of the fencing, or at least the wrap for it, to let guests know what's coming soon. And I'd expect the next day or so this is going to be completely wrapped. Well guys, that is going to do it for another Universal Orlando Resort construction update. And as we saw, we went to both parks today and saw a ton of new construction. We saw Jimmy Fallon with a bunch of new steel, Fast and Furious with a whole bunch of deconstruction, and of course as we went over to Islands of Adventure, we had Hulk with a bunch of new track and supports, and Kong as well with some new lighting and theming going on as well. Last thing that we covered was the Toothsome Chocolate Factory that is coming soon, right there. And we're going to have plenty more updates for all of these projects, guys. So if you want to continue following them, follow us on Instagram, our Facebook, and our YouTube page at Make a Madness. And I will see you out on the Midway.